Good evening, folks. Dr. Papa here. I thought it would be beneficial to the community to talk you through the planning that has gone into what is going to be my take on Caras Galadhon, the capital city of the elves in Lothlorien in Middle-earth. It is a huge build, and frankly, the build didn't start here in Skyreacher. It started over in Paint. So let's take a look over there. Alrighty then, so you will see that I have set this palette to 1080 by 1080. That is 3 times the size of the blocks that we have available to us in Skyreacher that are 360 by 360. Yeah, here it is. So in Skyreacher, our portal is 30 from dead center. The entire block is 360 by 360 by 360. My plan is going to be looking straight down, so I'm only looking at this plane, the 360 by 360 area, and we will look at how we're going to plan out Caras Galadhon. So my first idea is that one, I want the portal, which is just slightly south of center, to be kind of sort of the center of Galadriel's garden. If you're familiar with Lord of the Rings or Lord of the Rings Online, either one, you will know that Galadriel's garden has a mirror in it that allows people to see into the future or whatever. In this case, I'm going to repurpose our portal as Galadriel's mirror and use it as the center for her garden. So we're going to do a garden around this area here. Okay. There's a couple of other areas that are specific to Caras Galadhon. So let me shrink this down so you can see the entire palette. Okay. So we need to have basically a market area that'll have a couple trees in it. So we're going to have a couple trees over here, maybe 5 trees. We're gonna do over here on the side. We're gonna have where the Lord and Lady live, where they hold audience, etc., in its own tree. This we'll see how the build goes, but we're gonna have, these are the main things as far as what we need to do. We need to do a market. We need to do the massive tree. We need to do the garden. We need to do some gates over here getting into Caras Galadhon. So we'll do those. And we need to kind of break this up into islands because I don't want it to be all one level. I don't want it to be just flat, etc. So basically, I'm going to clump these guys together. I'm going to do this all by its lonesome. And I'm going to do probably some area that encloses both the gate and the garden, something like that. And then I'll do some bridges between these areas. Now I also want a possibility of further expansion outside of Caras Galadhon. Let me grab my eraser right quick and get rid of some of this over here. Because outside the gates, I want to be able to go over to another area, and if I have time for the build, I'm going to build outside of Caras Galadhon down to the river and maybe do the swan boat here if I have time. So this is a massive build. Don't know if I'm going to get there, but that's an outside goal. So prioritizing my builds, I know for sure that I want to do this area here, priority number 1. Definitely want the Lord and Ladies tree. The market area is kind of important, so that's number 3. But we'll kind of clump these trees back here as maybe a 3B. that are not as high a priority, so we'll focus on getting these built first. Naturally, the bridges have to be done to keep all of this stuff together. So these are going to be the ways that I'm going to prioritize getting my build done. If I still have enough hours and days before December 12th, when all of this is online for us, by the time we have to submit the build, then I'll continue to build out these trees as my secondary priority. And then finally, only if I have time will I get to the across the river or across the bridge outside the gate and work on the hill going down to the river in the swan boat. So I want to make sure that everything I do is complete by the time I submit for the build. So I need to prioritize the work that I've got going. So first priority is going to be this baby right here, working on the garden Galadriel's thing and Galadriel's mirror, and get that to be a nice solid piece. And then we'll start working beyond that. This is just part one of a multi-part series, and so I'm going to record these as we get going through the various build aspects and show you completed pieces, partially completed pieces, and then finally the finished product. I think it's a wonderful project and show you guys what I've been doing during the majority of the month. The end of the month of November and early December is building this project right here. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you in the next episode.